Hi folks, I thought I'd show you where I am first of all in daylight. I'm going to be back here a little bit later on when it's dark with a collection of the best throwers that I've got. And the reason I've picked this location, looking a bit to that side, we can start off reasonably close there by those trees, wooden fence, and we can move away down that tree line all the way down to that far bottom there. Let's zoom in a bit so we can get down past that far set of football posts, and there's some houses there in the distance and a tree line there. We can see whether we can reach those. Moving across to our right a bit, we can see with a bit of luck we might be able to annoy some of the people in those houses across there. Continuing on, we've got a tree where it's just visible through that football post there thing. You can't make out that too well, I don't think, but that's a white caravan way in the distance. Let me zoom back out again so you can get an idea. Little tiny white speck there with that caravan. Don't think we're going to be able to reach that, surely not. Don't know how far that is, but you get the gist of what I'm going to be trying a little bit later. That's really going to put these throwers to the test. So let's pop back when it's dark and I'll show you what we're going to be using. Hi folks, we're at the spot I showed you earlier on, and what I've brought with me is there's an Olight Javelot 2X there. We've got a Maxstock Archer M1, a Through Night Catapult V6, a Maxstock Shooter 2X, an Olight Javelot Pro, an Astrolux MF02, and a Through Night TN42. And this big beast at the end here, excuse the shadow of my headlight, a Light Force Blitz 240, the king of throwers, or we shall see, shall we? Excuse my headlight in the way. So I'll flick over now, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm not really comparing the performance of these lights in terms of battery capacity, that type of thing. I'm just having a bit of fun really, and see which is the king of the throwers, or at least of the ones that I've got. And I know it's a little bit unfair. I mean, there's no way the Maxstock M1 is going to compare or compete with the Through Night TN42. It's not designed to, is it? But you know what, book a being fair. Let's have a go and see what happens. Hi folks, first up is the Olight Javelot. That's about 60 metres to that fence there, probably a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do for each of these videos is just zoom in a little bit more, put about 3 times zoom on it, and as you can see it's doing that distance very well. As we move down the edge of this wood here, let me just speed up a bit and get to in excess of 100 metres, 150, something like that. And as I start pushing it a little bit further, I can still see with my eye, but the camera's struggling now with that. We've really got to be around the 150 for the camera to pick it up well enough. So let's stop that and move to the next one. Next up is the Maxstock M1 Archer. Same distance there, about 60 metres. In fact, let me just put the Olight back on. The Olight Maxstock. I think the Maxstock's got that one, hasn't it? Throw that back in there. And let's do the same exercise and move. Okay, we're getting well out towards 100 metres now, and I mean, for such a little torch, this M1 is doing really well. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah. In fact, we're probably about 350 metres to the edge there. The camera's not picking that up very well, so I'm not even going to try. We'll come back to that possibly in a minute. So, you know, going out to those kind of distances there, we're it's doing well. Let's try our next one. Okay, next up is the Catapult V6. Same distance there on that fence, kind of 60 metres, easy peasy. Let's move down a touch. Going out to sort of 200 metres there. That's doing it easily. So a quick flick at the far side. Yeah, the camera's not picking up that. Let's try the M1 next to it. Catapult here on your left, and the M1 on the right. I think the Catapult's got it, hasn't it? But then I would expect that, a little bit of a bigger head on it, isn't it? But yeah, that's the two compared with each other. Bring them a little bit closer. This is the M1 Archer here, and the V6 Catapult there. Okay. I'll stop that and move on. Next up now is the Maxstock Shooter 2X, starting at the same distance. I'll just zoom out again so you can get an idea of actually how far away we are. Let's take him in a bit more. Yeah, about 60 metres. Let's do the same. Let's move down. As you can see, it's punching through no problem. We've got now, what, that 200 metres, something like that. Come on, camera focus. There we go. Now let's try the V6 next to it. Make sure the V6 is on its maximum power. Shooter 2X on your left, V6 on the right. The 2X has it, doesn't it? Significantly so. Put the Catapult back down there. Okay. Let's see. Now that is picking out that tree line there, isn't it? Now very, very easily on the camera. I mean, we're out to 350 metres there. You can quite clearly see that. But we'll come back to that with these extreme ranges. That's at the far end. Those houses up there, we'll come back to them in a minute. So let's just pause and move over. Okay, this time around we've got, come on camera focus, there we go. Now we've got the Olight Javelot Pro. The first thing that should be obvious is this has actually got quite a larger hotspot, hasn't it? At those 60 metres, and let's work our way down this kind of tree line here. That's a significantly wider spot, isn't it? Where we're to those kind of trees there, that's where we were with the shooter. Let me try it against Maxstock on the right, Javelot on the left. Shooter 2X, Javelot Pro. Let's take the Javelot down to that extreme distance down there, yeah, and as you can see that's kind of easily reaching that tree. Let me put that's the shooter on the right, and I think you can see now that tree there, hopefully that's pretty clear on the camera, that pretty large tree, that's about 250 metres. So the Javelot had this, or has this rather large spot, but I don't know whether you can see now, the shooter with it having a tighter spot is managing to overlay the Olight. Hopefully that's pretty clear. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we've got the ThruNite TM42 starting off at the same distance. We just put the Olight alongside that. Okay, not sure what to make of that. Let me just turn the Olight off. Let's extend the distance now. And as you'd expect, as I move down this kind of side of the fence, sorry, not fence, hedge, getting out to that kind of the 300 yards there. Come on, camera focus. Sorry, beg your pardon, not 300 yards, 200. Let's put the Owlite alongside it now at that range. Javelot Pro here on the right, Through Night on the left. So the Through Night's drowning the Owlite, isn't it? Let's go to that tree that we could see there. Do the same. Owlite here on the right. Through Night. That broader spot's hurting the Owlite, isn't it, at the longer ranges. Let me stop and get the next. Okay folks, now we've got the Astrolux starting at the same distance. And let's move down the side of this wood again, giving the camera a chance to pick up. Now this is going to be difficult now, putting this one alongside the Through Night, but let's have a go with them both being so big. TN42, beg your pardon, TN42 on turbo, Astrolux. I think the Astrolux just has the edge. Just. But there's not much in it. Okay, pause there. Okay folks, what I've done here, that little mark in the distance there, that's somebody's house. You know the shot that I showed you earlier on, and I said perhaps you can go and annoy somebody in those houses. Well, that's where we are. And there's the Owlite. As we can see, it's easily lighting up that house there, way in the distance. So that's probably 500 metres, something like that. Now I'm not going to move the camera, so bear with me while I pause and swap over torches. Let's try the shooter. Yeah. That's doing it as well, isn't it? Okay, let's try our next one. The Through Night. Yeah. That's also easily making the distance. Okay, let's swap over to the make sure I'm on its high setting. There we are. Now we've got the Astrolux. That's doing it as well. Right, let's try the king, supposedly the king of throwers. Let's try our Light Force Blitz on the same location. Yeah, that's doing it quite. Obviously with it being halogen, it's a lot more orangey beam, so today's throwers are doing as well as the Light Force Blitz, at least, aren't they, at that kind of range. Let's see if we can find something else, perhaps a little bit further, that we can have a look at. So I'll pause now. This is that caravan that we can see in the distance there. Let me try and find out. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know what he's got in his window there. Probably I'm just shining through his window, I don't know. But you can't see pretty clearly in the... It's doing it. Let me switch over very quickly to one of the others. Let me see if oh, come on, camera. No, I don't think we can clearly make that. Oh no, we've got it there. There we go. The Astrolox is smashing that one, isn't it? I'm actually quite surprised with that, to be honest. I mean, that's I don't know how far that away is. I'll measure that on Google Maps, but that's got to be getting on towards a kilometre away in the distance there. I'm on maximum zoom on this camera, and you can see it's clearly picking that up with the Astrolox. Let me try the through night. Oh, yeah, the through night's doing it as well, isn't it? So whoever's in that caravan, if he's looking out the window, he'll be thinking, what on earth is that? Shall I be bold and try and put the Astrolox next to the through night? Bear with me, guys, it's really difficult to find the blasted thing in the first place. Ah, there we go. Through night. Let me bring it back yet. Camera's struggling with the focus. Right, through night. Astrolox. Yeah, the through night's getting that, isn't it? Let me try the Olight again. Let's just see where the Olight was on that one. Yeah, it's doing it, isn't it? Okay, I'm not sure. I mean, this is just extreme now. I mean, I'm really struggling to keep the camera steady, my hand steady, to pick out some tiny little caravan that's probably about a kilometre away or something ridiculous like that. But hopefully you can get a gist now of what these throwers are capable of and a comparison between them all. I'll catch you in a bit.